Greetings everyone, and welcome back to another installment in the iWish series, a series in which we investigate products primarily sold on Wish and other various places around the internet to see if they're any good. Most of the time it's always too good to be true, but you never know, there may be something out there one day that is absolutely worth it. Now this should be a relatively short video, but I still will put timestamps in the description as well as the pinned comment so you can skip to wherever you want to. If you need to use those timestamps, there's no problems whatsoever. Also, my intention with this series is to buy these items so you don't have to. I take the time to investigate these products and show them off in an entertaining format, as well as a bit of an educational take on some of these items that are sold around various sites that are usually falsely advertised, too good to be true, etc. And with anything purchased from Wish, especially with storage devices, please make sure you stick with a reputable company with your storage, as trusting something like what I'm about to show you is not really the best thing to store your important data on. So the item I'm taking a look at today was found on my birthday livestream, and a lot of people were intrigued to see just how it works. It's a storage device, which I've already spoiled in the title, but it's not just a standard USB drive. It's a whole janky setup in one thing, so I can't wait to have a look at this bizarre creation. Also, since my Hard Drive SSD, whatever it was, video that I bought a long time ago, which I'll cut up here if you haven't seen it yet, is my most viewed video on my channel at over 1 million views, which I thank everybody who has watched it, and it does honestly mean a lot. But it also means that many people have stumbled across these listings, whether it be eBay, Wish, AliExpress, Joom, etc., and aren't too sure what they are buying, so they Google, they find my videos, and find out the truth. So with that very lengthy intro out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at our 3-in-1 USB 3.0 USB flash drive for iPhone, iPad, Android, PC, iFlash drive, pen drive, OTG, USB flash drive for Apple and Android and USB. And this is currently selling for $15 Australian with $10 shipping, which comes to a total of $25. I'll display a currency conversion chart on screen for you all so you get a rough idea of how much this item costs around the world. Now immediately, that price right there for a 512 gig USB drive is a big red flag, as if we take a look at a brand name 512 gig USB drive, like this SanDisk Ultra 512 gig USB drive, is $159 Australian, available from Officeworks. So if you see a 512 gig USB flash drive advertised for $15 plus $10 shipping, it's definitely something that I'd steer away from. And also with this listing as well, if you select a 64GB one, it's the exact same price as a 512GB one, except the shipping has gone down $1. So that is also a really big red flag. Now usually I look at the pictures first before the description, but I want to read the description first so you get a good idea of what's going on here. So the description shows the multiple colors that you can get it in, the capacity ranging from 64GB to 512GB, and then we have note: please download app software before use. Look at the instructions. Not to download app is not available. If the plug did not respond, please look at the mobile phone. Is a protective sleeve there can be taken. So I hope that made complete sense. We'll move on. The function that the recording Apple iOS itself system cannot be directly removed. The tape with each other only can transfer out by email. Now you can put the data transfer out without network as long as using the recording function of iFlash drive. The second one is a key contacts backup Apple iOS system cannot be backup directory, even can't removed backup in the case of no computer network. The iFlash drive can realize to backup and restore the operation is simple without network. The third one is Mobile Office. You can select files to copy, delete, move, and edit the support files. With the software of Apple iOS system, can rapid modify the document in flash drive and can transfer out by email or 3G at any time. Make your office work portable and shortcut. Support PDF, Word, Excel, PPT, HTML, and HTML, etc. Now reading the description of this should also be another big red flag, because the translation to English is extremely poor. As for the reviews, we've got 3.2 stars out of 5. Eddie says it's nice with 5 stars. Eric says nothing with 1 star. Amin says nothing with 4 stars, and I'm not even going to pronounce that, gives it 2 stars. So we are off to a fairly good start. Now the first picture in the description is this here, which shows 8GB to 512GB with a picture of fire above 8GB, which means that 8GB is on fire or something. I'm not too sure. But then it also has capacities over there that says 16GB/8GB, which also could be an indication of what the USB drive's actual capacity is, with 256GB written on it. Also says USB 3.0. I highly doubt this is USB 3.0, but we'll see when we get to testing it. But the main gimmick of this is the whole 3-in-1 thing, which, as shown here, it has a lightning port on the USB, a micro USB port to plug into Android devices that still support that, and then it says USB 2.0, so not USB 3, that you can plug into a laptop or wherever. But the USB port sort of opens up to reveal the micro USB port, which is just extremely janky. But we'll see when we get to actually looking at the product. We've got some directions to push the button to the left for iPhone and push the button to the right for PC and open the micro USB for Android. so I'll show you that. Then we've got Lightning, iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch with a whole bunch of Chinese letters around that, so if anyone wants to translate and let me know, feel free. And yep, supports a whole bunch of iOS devices just there. Then we've got a detailed product picture showing the dimensions of the flash drive. We've also got dual connectors for PC and iOS device, so you can plug it into a laptop and then plug an iPhone into it, and it should be able to read. We will test this and see if it works. Alright, so we've got a fair idea of what's going on here. We've read the description, looked at the pictures and stuff, so now it's time to finally crack this package open and take a look at our 512 gig USB flash drive and see what the real capacity is. And I apologise in advance for the audio in the next bit. My cheapo microphone that I have attached to this camera just decided to start picking up a whole bunch of noise. I couldn't remove it in editing, so you'll have to excuse that white noise in the background. And if you haven't seen my last iWish video, which I'll cut up here if you want to watch that, this is it. It took 21 days to arrive from China to Australia, which is about normal nowadays, and it's just in this. No box, no nothing, just shoved in there. Alright, let's go ahead and crack this open and take a look at this. Hopefully I didn't cut through the important packaging. What we have shoved in here is, the app. So I will have to install this on the test devices that I have. I'm not sure if it will work with Android or not. It's all in Chinese. Oh, no, there's English. Okay. Alright, there's themes and One Touch on the go, and okay, we'll try that. And here we go. Here it is here, the flash drive for iOS, Mac, Android, Windows. It's a security edition, which means that it's full of quality. File security, contact backup, photo transfer, and file manager. iPod, iPhone, iPad, and Android. High speed and iFlash device plus free. Whatever that means. Flipping over to the back though, we have the multifunctional flash disk, model LXM-L03. Flash drive is a high-end and encrypted storage, can make all your sensitive in-row photos, video, Word, Excel, PPT, PDF, etc. only set up and manage in flash drive in order to prevent the info reveal for the in-row reveal for the device lost. I hope that made sense to everyone just there. The English is definitely strong with this one. All the features that says it's USB 2.0 and 3.0, made for iPod and iPhone and Android as well, the applications, and we have to download the app on the App Store. So let's take a look at this here, which appears to just be in some plastic like so, and okay, that's it. Alright, cool. Well, here it is here. 512 gig USB flash drive. And if we slide, oh, okay, yep. Just sort of slides like that in the enclosure. Okay, fair enough. This is the janky part of it. So you would just, what would you do here? You'd just, oh, okay, there we go. If you want to take a look at that, there's our micro USB port. And the USB Type A is just connected by these contacts that communicate with these contacts. They just rest against there. And then you'd plug that into a computer. Now I have a whole bunch of test devices to use that I don't really care too much about because this thing could be a USB killer for all I know. That there though just looks really, you know what, it's completely fine. That's completely fine. Alright, so let's plug it into the 6S and see if it recognizes it. Here we go. Alright. See if anything comes up. Nope. Okay, fair enough. Maybe we should download the app. There we go. Okay, so this is the application here. So we'll download this. It's called Mobile Memory. So we'll open this up and see if it detects it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we'll just allow access to everything. Okay, okay, alrighty, no problems. Okay, everything is good. Alright, there we go. So the device storage, 499.94 gigs free of 500 gigabytes. We go to settings, it shows the version number, app instruction. There's instructions on here that shows how everything works. Oh, that was the, that's everything that was in this. Show hidden file, gesture control, everything like that. So this is probably an actual program used for some other USB drives. And they've just slapped a QR code on this and put some instructions in the package and said, yep, it'll be fine. So if we go to backup, you can back up and recover stuff. Highly wouldn't recommend doing it with this though. Music, I don't have anything in my library. I should have put BFG division on here and transferred the files around, but that's all good. I think we get the general functionality of it anyways. Recorder, shows a very basic voice recorder just there. Camera, we'll open up camera, take photos, we'll store it to it. And video, same thing. So if we just record a short little video like so, and that's it. Use video, saving, done. And then on the internal storage, there it is there. Okay, so there you go. This does work with iOS. So it is a fairly good concept if you want to transfer some stuff from your iPhone to a USB flash drive and then chuck it on a computer or something like that. That kind of works. Well, let's plug this into an Android device and see how that goes. I have my very broken Nokia 2.3 here. It works, it's on Android 11, but it's pretty much the newest device that I have that runs Android that has micro USB. So we'll go ahead and just flick that up like so, and we'll plug it in. Okay, so now if we go to settings, come down to storage, alright, there it is there, the WAO USB drive, which shows that it's a 537 gig USB drive. We'll just open it with files, and we'll see if that video file that I recorded is on there, and there it is, right there, and sure enough, does it work? There we go. It does work. On Android, that's fairly easy. Plug it in, off you go. So everything's kind of looking pretty good for this so far. It's a $25 512 gig USB drive, works with iOS if you download the app, and Android with no problems whatsoever. But now I think it's finally time to plug it into an actual PC and run some checks on this to see what the actual capacity of this will be. Alright, I've got my test laptop here, so I'm going to go ahead and plug this into the laptop. Well, there we go. That's incredibly janky, and that just sort of slides like that. Alright, it's recognized it. USB drive, there it is there. Open it up, and sure enough, we've got our videos folder on there. So the video from the iPhone, we can play this. All good so far. Alright, on Windows, it shows it's 499 gig. So what about the dual USB function they were talking about in the ad, where you can connect this up to a laptop and this end to an iPhone? But the problem is, that's plugged in all the way, and I just can't even. So that doesn't work. We can't test that. Maybe if you pulled the aluminium enclosure off, you could do it, but otherwise you're kind of stuck with that. Anyways, let's open up a program called Chip Genius, which tells us the storage capacity of a USB drive, and then we can run H2TestW to verify the USB drive. But this usually tells us what the flash drive capacity is, and it shows that it's a WAO chip, or however you pronounce that, WAO chip, USB device that runs at USB 2.0, so it's not a USB 3.0 flash drive, and it doesn't tell us the actual flash size. So the only way we're going to find that out is if I run H2TestW. So I'll go ahead and open that up, choose English, we'll select the target, which will be D. So we'll go ahead and write and verify the whole entire drive. I could only do 16 gigabytes or something like that, but let's just, for the benefit of the doubt, let it write and verify the whole entire drive. We'll see how we go. Now we'll see the USB 2.0 speeds kicking in there. It's going slightly higher. Here we go. Definitely not USB 3.0 speeds. It said USB 2.0, they've just painted it blue to make it look like that it's USB 3. But anyways, what I'll do now is leave this and we'll come back. This will be an instantaneous jump cut for you all, and we'll be back to see the real storage capacity of this drive. Okay, I know I said I'd run H2TestW on the whole entire drive, but I've pretty much ran it on 296 gigs and it's all corrupted. The real storage capacity is 16 gigabytes. That says 14.5 gigabytes is okay. And the write speed as well was 15 megabytes and the read speed appears to be 10.8 megabytes. So definitely far from USB 3 speeds that it advertised. It's just a 16 gig USB 2.0 drive in a fancy enclosure. So I think we finally know what's going on now. So let's take it apart and have a look inside of it. Well, there you go. 16 gigabytes this thing is. So a real 16 gig USB 3.0 flash drive will set you back about $8 Australian, but this has the 3-in-1, lightning port, USB, micro USB, so I guess it's worth a little bit more because of the gimmick. I honestly thought it may have been a 32 gigabyte one. Maybe I'm just being a little bit too optimistic here, and I would say this would apply to any other flash drive that looks a little something like this, that's priced very cheap, will likely be a 16 gigabyte drive. But anyways, we know what the real storage capacity is, so let's take this apart and take a look at the engineering inside of this, which honestly it shouldn't be that hard to get in here, but we'll see. That probably has to come off first. Okay, that was easy, and there we go. Alright, and then it's just like oh, really? Oh, come on, really? You couldn't have had a 16... They couldn't have had a... God. They couldn't have had a 16 gig USB drive in here. Oh no, that's too difficult. Just shove a microSD card in here instead. And it says 128 gigabytes on the sticker as well. Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. Alright, so we just take that 512 gigabytes the flash drive is. but we've ran the H2TestW on it, and it is only 16 gigabytes. So not only do you get a really janky setup here with with all that going on there, you have a microSD card on a PCB. This exists. I was expecting a 16 gigabyte flash module straight on a PCB, but no, we've just put a microSD card in there and there you go. But the good thing is though, you could take this out and replace it with an actual 64 gigabyte microSD card and then put it back in the enclosure and actually use this for other devices if you wanted to, which I guess for the price isn't too bad, but you have to supply your own microSD card, but still, that is impressive. Only the finest quality products on this channel, and the microSD card isn't even a micro, it's a MicTIC or a MicTIG. If anyone wants to Google that code, feel free, but that's pretty much it. Anything else that's worth mentioning on here? The chip that's on board is a... Oof, I can't even see what that is. Yeah, if you want to look that up, feel free, but that's the PCB right there. Well, I guess I'll put this back together and we'll finish off this review. Alright, it's back together. I've put a 32 gigabyte microSD card in here and it works fine. But I'll just leave this to the side because you never know, I might need to come back to this. It's actually something kind of useful, even though it's a little bit janky at the bottom here. It's fine. It's now 32 gigabytes. Perfect. Don't know what to do with this MicTIC 512 gigabyte microSD card, but I don't know, I'll just put it in the packaging, leave it to the side. That's gonna do it for the 512 gigabyte USB flash drive from Wish. The immediate red flag is the pricing. If you do see a 512 gigabyte USB flash drive for under $30, it is likely gonna be a scam. Stick with reputable manufacturers, as I said in the intro, and you should be all good. I buy these so you don't have to, and I investigate these products for entertainment purposes, as well as educational purposes, to see what's really going on with these products. But anyways, folks, I think I've already said enough for this video. It's gone on way too long for just a USB flash drive, so I'm gonna leave it here, but I hope this review has been informative, and I've got to say, I honestly wasn't expecting a microSD card to be just shoved in there. There you go. We always get a surprise from Wish, don't we? Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you found this informative and entertaining. And if you needed to use the timestamps, if you wanted to just skip to the actual reveal of the USB drive, that's absolutely fine. No problems at all. That's why they are there. Thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate it. And as always, take care, stay safe, be good people, and I'll see you all in the next video, which I'm not too sure what that will be at this point in time, but I will work it out, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't be fooled by a $15 512 gig microSD card shoved in a fancy enclosure that's a 3-in-1 thing. Yeah, okay, just don't buy it. Security edition microSD card in an enclosure, hey? Security edition, sure thing. If you like this content, feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you didn't. Thanks heaps for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.